Hello students, you are again most welcome to the new lecture of biology. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is how do the organisms reproduce. So let us see what is going to happen in this chapter. What are the sections which are going to come in this chapter. So you can see as all the living organisms have fixed lifespan. You know that all the living organisms, whatever the living organisms are there, they have a fixed lifespan, means they have to live for a fixed interval of time, and after this fixed interval of time they die. Okay, all the living organisms, they live for a fixed interval of time, and after that they die. So after a fixed interval of time, these organisms in a such interval of time, within the lifespan, they have to produce their own kind of offsprings, their own kind similar looking offsprings they have to produce. This type of procedure is called as reproduction. Okay, so means producing offsprings of its own kind is known as reproduction. And to sustain the species, to sustain the number of their species means the living individuals having the same type of features, same features and same kind of characteristics, those are regarded as species. So to sustain the species by reproduction is called as perpetuation, self perpetuation. Okay, the self perpetuation means to sustain the species, to sustain a number of the individuals in a species by the help of reproduction. Okay, and producing the young ones of the similar looking like, it is known as the reproduction process. Now let us talk about that what are the modes of reproduction. See, one such mode of reproduction is children asexual reproduction. In this, single parent is required. Single parent is required. Two parents are not required. Okay, single parent is required, and they can produce, the single parent can produce without the gametes. In this, gametes are not required. In this procedure, gametes will be not required. Gametes are not required. But here in the sexual reproduction, here two individuals are required. Two individuals are required or regarded. So two individuals which are needed, whatever these two individuals, they reproduce by the help of gametes. What gametes? Either the egg cells or the sperm cells. These two types of gametes are required and needed for the sexual reproduction. Hope it is clear. Now let us talk about some type of the asexual reproduction. It is a type of asexual reproduction. Here, asexual reproduction, these modes are whatever we are going to talk about. So in this asexual mode of reproduction, the first type is vegetative reproduction or vegetative propagation. So what is happening in vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction? In this type of reproduction, a new plant is produced by using the somatic body cells of the plant parts. Suppose there is a plant, and this plant is going to be used, either its leaves, either its root, either its stem, or either any part of this plant is needed, and that part of the plant is used to grow a new plant. Okay, and in this kind of the division, mitotic division is done. Mitotic means the body cells of the plant, they multiply. Here gametes are not required. Here egg cells or pollens are not required. Here egg cells or pollens, they are not required. Only the body cells of the plant. Body cells will come from where? They will come from buds, they will come from roots, they will come from leaves, stems, etc. So whenever the stem, whenever the leaf, whenever the root is utilized to grow the new plant, it is called as vegetative reproduction. Hope it is clear. Now let us talk about some of the examples regarding this. See, leaves of bryophyllum. This is a bryophyllum leaf. So this leaf of bryophyllum will grow into new plantlets. You can see new plantlets are growing from their notches at the sides of the bryophyllum leaf. New plantlets they grow. If this bryophyllum leaf is put in the soil, then new plant can grow, new bryophyllum plant can grow. Similarly, whatever the stems of strawberry, rose, grapes, they can be also utilized, they can be also used to grow into a new plant. You can see here, whatever the runners are there, this, suppose this is the strawberry plant here, whatever the stem is there, stem, you can see this stem, it is growing into a new individual plant. This stem is growing into a new individual plant. Okay, same way the roots can be utilized to grow a new plant. See, these are the plants which are grown without the seeds. Here the plant is grown without the seed. Why without the seed? Sometimes it is difficult to produce the seed of that plant. Sometimes it is difficult to produce seed of that plant. Sometimes due to weather conditions, the seeds are not able to generate, or the seeds are not able to be kept. So whatever the roots are there, stems are there, leaves are there, they can be utilized to grow the new plant. Here you can see this is a root, this is a root, and root is growing into a new individual plant. Hope it is clear. Same way the bulbils. What are bulbils? Bulbils are flower buds. Like in agave plant, this is an agave plant. So here, whatever an agave plant is there, in this, whatever the globulose buds are there, there a bulb grows. This is a bulbil. From here a new plant will emerge. You can see this portion can be now cut and it can be put into the soil, so that a new plant will be growing from this. I hope you people are understanding, children. Next, let us talk about the other types of vegetative reproductions, means other types of asexual reproductions. See, other than plants, other individuals, other living organisms also produce the offsprings from their somatic cells, from their body cells, using their body cells and without using germinating cells. What are germinating cells? Egg cells, sperm cells, pollens in the plants. These are germinating cells. So these germinating cells we are not using right now. We are not talking about these. We are talking about the body part cells, any body tissue of the plant. That type of the tissue of the plant is called as, any body tissue of the plant is called as, we can say, somatic part, and the cells from that somatic part are somatic cells. Hope it is clear. So one of the technique is fragmentation. In this fragmentation, actually, one of the filamentous algae means which is having a filament nature, means it is having some little hollowness inside it. So an algae is there. This algae is a Spirogyra. This algae is breaking into two parts. Here you can see it is breaking into two parts, and these two parts will be growing individually as a new Spirogyra. One parent is there, parent is breaking, and it is leading to two offsprings. Okay, parent Spirogyra is breaking, it is breaking, and new Spirogyras, that is two fragments, whatever the two fragments, these two fragments are originating in the form of a new Spirogyra. Okay, new Spirogyra. So hope it is clear. So you are taking down the notes, you are studying and listening very nicely. So thank you for that. And meanwhile, we are also continuing over here. Let us talk about the next one, that is fission. What is fission? In this type of reproduction, an individual divides into two or more daughter cells. Suppose we will be talking about fission. In fission, we can take the example of amoeba. Suppose here, this is an amoeba, this is an amoeba. Amoeba doesn't have any proper shape. Now this amoeba is going to divide like this. And this amoeba will be forming two amoeba cells, two daughter cells like this. This is called as fission. Okay? Fission is a process in which the two new individuals will be formed from the parent offspring, from the parent, the two new individuals, two new offsprings will be formed. So this is called as fission process. Okay? Hope it is clear. This is called as fission process. So fission is understood by you. So in the proceeding section, we will be talking about fission only. So there are two types of fission. One is binary fission, in which two daughter cells are formed, and one is multiple fission, in which many daughter cells are formed. So in this fission, that is binary fission, two daughter cells are formed. You can see this is 1 and this is 2. Two daughter cells are formed here. This is parent cell, this is parent over here, and these are daughter cells. Here two daughter cells are there. Okay, hope it is clear. Now next is multiple fission. In multiple fission, one of the parent is there. This is the parent over here. This parent is dividing. This parent is actually dividing its nucleus first of all. Then multiple nuclei are formed, and later on these nuclei they will move out. They will move out of the parent cell, and these nuclei they will also get surrounded by the cell wall, cell membrane, and they will be surrounded by the cytoplasm. So like this, when a parent cell forms many of the daughter cells, in the case of like malaria plasmodium, then it is called as multiple fission. So in binary fission, only two daughter cells are formed. In multiple fission, multiple daughter cells are formed. Hope it is clear. Next is children, the fission is of various types. The fission can be transverse or longitudinal. Here, whatever the amoeba is there, it divides like this, transversely. But here, if you talk about Leishmania divides longitudinally. So the fission can be transverse, that is horizontal, or it can be longitudinal like this. Hope it is clear, children. Fission and its types. Now let us talk about the budding. Budding is very important reproduction in which an outgrowth is formed on a parent body, and later this outgrowth breaks. What is outgrowth? Outgrowth is extra growth. Outgrowth is extra growth. So you can see here, suppose this is a yeast, this is an yeast. Now this yeast is growing an outgrowth over here. You can see here. Now this outgrowth will break. After some time this outgrowth breaks, and like this a daughter cell is formed from the parent yeast cell. Hope it is clear, children. Budding you have understood. Now regeneration we will talk about. So what is regeneration? This is the ability of a organism to develop new individuals from broken or cut portions of the body. From the cut portions of the body. Here you talk about this is a planaria. Now suppose this planaria is cut. You can see here this planaria is cut. So one part of the planaria will develop into this new individual. Another part will be also developing into a new individual. Same way with the hydra. If you cut the hydra like this, so half portions of the hydra, they are growing into two hydra. Same way in the starfish, when any part of the starfish breaks, suppose the starfish has broken into two parts. So this part will grow into other starfish, this part will grow into a different or individual starfish. Hope it is clear. So regeneration is very commonly seen in hydra and planaria. This is hydra, this is planaria. Hope you people are understanding and taking down the notes. So it will be very much easy when you will keep sitting with a notebook and a pencil, and then you are taking down the notes and understanding. You may pause the video wherever it is needed, and for the better understanding, if you get any query, you may comment below in the comment box. Next type of reproduction we were talking about, that is asexual reproduction only, children. So in this mode of reproduction, a new individual was formed. Asexual reproduction we are talking about, children. Whatever the vegetative reproduction was there, vegetative reproduction was also coming under the category of asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction, you have understood very well that whatever the mode of reproduction in which new individual is formed without the fusion of gametes, that is by the single parent and without the gametes, without the egg cell, without the sperm cell, and without the pollens in the plants. So when the new individual is formed, this type of reproduction is asexual reproduction. Hope it is clear. And in that, single parent was also used. Okay, children. One advantage is there actually, whatever you can say, that offsprings produced by asexual reproduction, they are exactly they are copy of their parents. Means they are clone of their parents. Exactly same children, exactly same offsprings, they are called as clones of their parents. If individuals or the offsprings, they are exactly similar to their parents, they are called as clones. Now let us talk about the spore formation. See, sometimes you have seen when you keep a chapati or a bread piece for a long time, it grows a black color mold on it. Black color mold on the piece of chapati or on the bread piece. This is called as fungus. Okay, fungus and bacteria, they also grow by asexual method, by the spore formation. Okay, so we will talk about the spore formation in the fungus, that is the rhizopus. Today our example for fungus is rhizopus. So whatever the rhizopus is there, actually children, the fungal hyphae means, the this portion, this portion, any part of the fungus will be called as hyphae. So whatever the hyphae is there, children, the fungus is there, it grows on dead and decaying food material. Dead and decaying food material. I told you that stale chapati, stale bread, whatever the bread which has got, means very much old, it is decaying and dead. Now the rhizopus hyphae develop a blob on a stick structure. This is a blob on a stick structure. You can regard this as stick, and this you can regard as blob. So these blobs are actually called as sporangia. These blobs are called as sporangia. And sporangia contains tiny reproducing cells. Tiny cells are there inside the sporangia. Small cell like structures are there. They are called as spores. And after some time, when this sporangia is bursting, when it is cracking, lot of spores they will get spread. And these spores, when they will get the favorable conditions, when they will be getting good conditions, when they will get humidity, when they will get nutrients, these spores they will develop into a new rhizopus. These spores, when they will grow, they will develop into new rhizopus. Hope it is clear, children. You may be safe, and you are studying at your home. You are motivating the corona warriors, that is your medical health service providers, your cleanliness maintainers, your policemen, your police service people. So all these people are doing a great job, children. So we have to maintain their motivation level. We have to motivate them. We have to appreciate them. Okay. Meanwhile, children, take down the notes. Keep on studying. Keep safe. Thank you.